The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Para X, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
The Paranormal View. The Paranormal View. The Paranormal View. Time now for the Paranormal View. The Paranormal View on the Para X Radio Network with your host, Henry Foister, Craig Rupp, and Jeffrey Gould. The Paranormal View.
Welcome everybody to the Paranormal View right here on the Para X Radio Network. And I want to thank everybody and hope everybody has had a great Thanksgiving. Tonight we're doing our special show, and we're going to be talking about everybody's fondest memories, you might say, of Thanksgiving, and the different things that we've done, and maybe some of the different types of foods for Thanksgiving. And we'll also be having from time to time people coming on and telling us about their fondest memories of Thanksgiving. So should be a great show. We have with us Craig Rupp.
Hello, everybody.
And Jeffrey Gould.
Hello, hello.
And I'm sure that you guys are fairly well stuffed. I'm sure I'll be eating turkey all through the weekend.
Oh, that's what's good about the holidays. You always have turkey sandwiches. Tons of leftovers.
Oh, I ain't kidding you.
Unless you're smart enough to go to someone else's house and then they have the leftovers.
Well, that's, that's the one good thing about Thanksgiving is families come together from everywhere and just get together to eat and have a good time, remembering about the days past, you might say, and how it used to be. And I think that a lot of the holidays are different now than the way they used to be.
You mean like with Indians coming by and bringing corn?
Well, I don't know about that far back. But I mean, from times when I was younger, I mean, it was more of a family getting together type thing. Nowadays, families are spread out, and it's not necessarily easy, or people just don't seem to even do that anymore. I mean, each family has their own little thing, and it's not like the big families all come together from wherever they're living at now just to have a big get together.
Well, there was a feature. Sorry, go ahead, Greg.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say that I forget how many years ago it was, but there was a feature film called Avalon that follows the evolution of a family throughout the essentially the generations. And at one point, people from the city in the family start to move to the suburbs. And it's so well done as a period piece because now the relations have to go out to either New Jersey, Long Island, whatever suburb it is, and they always everybody was this kind of a stereotypical relative. You had the patriarch, and the patriarch's brother was always late, and finally in one Thanksgiving, they finally can't wait. He's so late that they start cutting the turkey, and when he shows up, he gets completely over the top because they've cut the turkey without waiting for him, and it causes a schism in the family, and it's actually a really well done thing just to watch how a family that evolves from all eating at the table to starting to watch, on TV trays, watching television instead of sitting at the table, which my family did back in the 60s and 70s as TV became more prevalent. People stopped doing the big Thanksgiving around the table.
Well, now you've got family that lives back east also.
Yes, my mom will be. I don't know if I don't remember what they did. Mom either went out to Long Island and spent it with Alan and his kids, or Alan went to her if his ex-wife has the kids for the weekend. I'm not sure which. It's possible that the kids are with the ex and that he'll have them for Christmas. I don't remember. I probably should have called them. Oh well.
Well, now being out there on the West Coast, what kind of get-togethers do you do? I mean,
well, I have a friend down in San Pedro, and she and her husband hold 4 annual holiday parties, which she calls orphan holidays, for people who literally have family elsewhere. And she has one on Thanksgiving Day, December 25th, January 1st, and July 4th. And obviously July 4th is for everybody. It doesn't matter if you don't have family. But I oddly enough met her when I was dating a woman who brought me down to these events, and the family all fell in love with me because they work Ren fairs. They're creative artists. The woman Cara is a costume designer and builder. Now she teaches wardrobe and costume at a college. I forget which one. And what was funny was when my girlfriend broke up with me, due to the circumstances of the breakup, her friends in San Pedro chose me over her. And so I'd be attending my ex-girlfriend's friends' place, which are now my friends, and my ex-girlfriend technically wasn't welcome because the guy she ditched me for was this just anti. I mean, he was very. How can I say this without sound? I mean, nobody liked him. Nobody liked him, and they all preferred me. And the guy was literally had behaved so badly the first time he went down that he was barred for life from the house.
Wow.
And as long as my ex was with him, she could either come by herself
or
not come. Yeah, and it wasn't until she broke up with that guy that she started coming back down.
Well, now, is that the same one who at the beginning of the year kind of...
No, that was my former BFF who lost her mind. No, she and I never had any kind of attraction to each other, unless her insanity was some sort of attraction that I didn't realize was that she was lying, that she wasn't. I don't know. I mean, she certainly treated me like, a henpecker girlfriend would a boyfriend.
Yeah.
But it was like having a friends with benefits without benefits. So.
Without the benefits, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. She added Capricorn to my list of girls not to date.
Oh, girls not to date, huh?
Well, through personal observation, I've noticed that Libra women are invariably attractive. They make great friends, great business partners, fantastic sexual partners. But the moment they become girlfriends, they sort of go insane and start being very, very, very controlling. Whereas Cancers, I've dated several Cancers, and it wasn't until like the last 2 that I really saw the pattern that they tend, the female Cancers I've personally met. This doesn't mean all of them, because I do know 1 or 2 female Cancers who isn't. But generally, what the female Cancers I have dated have lied to my face and cheated on me. Just saying.
Wow.
But now Capricorn, since I know that they tend to analyze everything to death, and my BFF allowed her OCD to take over her life, and was complete denial about it. She just got insane, because obviously, and I wish to heavens, that show had been recorded for posterity, because our regulars in the chat room will remember her bursting in. And,
oh yeah.
Because she wanted that apartment cleaned right then, as though it was going to disappear if I wasn't cleaning it during our show.
That was a fond memory, you might say, of our first show.
and I had been telling her for weeks, saying, "Well, my show is coming up. We're going to start doing the Paranormal View and everything," and it just went in one ear out the other because it didn't have anything to do with her.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Well, now, Craig, you've had a big family come down.
Yeah. Let me see where we got Virginia, Idaho, California, New York. It's a lot of travel, a lot of visiting. It's good to see everybody.
Taking them all out to Gettysburg? Oh, wait.
No, no, that would be like a 6-car. We'd have to have walkie-talkies. Keep up.
There you go.
Okay, we're going here. Make a left at the light.
Yeah, but think of how many cameras you'd have facing the tree line all at once.
Nice
Hey, who else is
panoramic.
Well, now, are those all brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles? How?
Aunts, uncles, cousins. Yes.
And I assume that you don't get to see most of them very often.
Not very often at all. And, I love when my mom, she'll bring this woman over to me and she'll say, "Do you remember her?" And I'm just looking at her like, I have no idea who this is.
I have no idea.
And she'll say, "I remember when you were 2 years old."
Oh, yeah. I used to get that all the time.
Okay, now I know why I don't remember you. It makes sense. But I like Henry, how you talked. Yeah, I can remember as a kid, all the family would come to one house, which was usually our house, and of course the kids would get sat at the little table.
Right.
The wobbly leg.
And there were some good times. Both my grandfathers and grandmothers were, there at the time, and we used to have up here in Pennsylvania. You guys ever heard of spotlighting deer?
Deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of like our annual thing after dinner. We would go do that in the van, and that was a lot of fun. But now, as you guys mentioned,
you went looking for deer to run over. What?
No, just my family's they all hunt, and we were looking for bucks, basically. The biggest rack.
Right.
And it was fun. But nowadays, like you guys were talking about, now everybody's scattered out through the house. Wherever there's a TV and a football game on, there's no family sit-downs like there used to be. On the bright side, like I said, all the family coming in, well, that's just more dinners you get invited to. So
True. Yes. Well, now, with a big family like that's coming in from as many places that you were saying, are they all going to one place now to have one big dinner, or are they just going to different places and then
different places,
and then different people goes to the different places to see the people that's come in? Yeah.
Right. They may travel up here, we may travel down there, but we'll try to see each other before they leave town.
Now, this time of year and with Thanksgiving, you've got all the food, you've got the family, and it also sparks that time of the holiday season where right after Thanksgiving you start into the Christmas type spirit and the holidays and everything like that.
At least if you're not a store.
Yeah.
Had the Christmas stuff out the day after Halloween.
Well, they're starting it now, even before Thanksgiving's over. But
10 o'clock Thanksgiving night here, 10 o'clock. They started, and then some, of course, midnight, so you don't have to get up at 5 in the morning now.
Well, now...
Yeah, a lot of places out here opened at midnight and sometimes 10 p.m.
Well, that's par for the course, I guess, the mighty dollar. And I think that's why everything has changed from the way it used to be for the holidays to the way it is now. And commercialism, it's not the family actually coming together just for the family to be together. Everything's commercialized, and that's changed even the way the families are.
I only tried the Black Friday thing once. Last year, I found out, there were going to be some tremendous savings at Fry's Electronics, which is this fantastic store. And like an idiot, I'm like, oh, just stop by. And they had a line, and I'm like, no, no big problem. And I get there, and it finds out that they were regulating how many people were going into the store.
Wow.
So the line was like, they might as well have had a red rope and giant big burly bouncers or something, the way they were letting them in like a club. And I'm like, okay, don't think I need to wait for 3 hours, and just left. But whoa.
Now, I have some friends that work at stores, and this is what I love. This is what you don't hear. Yeah, they'll advertise a good price, but they may only have 15 or 20 of these items. So you have 100 people going in. I went out about 10 years ago. I tried the Black Friday thing, and I will never do it again. I thought I was going to die that day. There were people. You know, I've been to the store many times, and I knew exactly where I wanted to go. It was probably 20 yards inside the door. It took me 15 minutes to get there. There were people fighting, screaming over TVs. It was, I got what I had to get, and I got the heck out of there, and I said, never again.
Wow. Well, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to take time out for a break and maybe some messages from some people and maybe some music, and then we will come back shortly. So, Craig, you want to take us out?
I sure will. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and have a great weekend and happy holidays. You're listening to the Paranormal View on the ParaX Radio.
Hi, this is Karen. One of my fond memories from Thanksgiving is being at my grandmother's house, waking up, smelling her cooking, and going out and knowing that my cousins and everyone was going to show up very soon. My cousins and I would all go outside, we'd play, we'd go up into the woods and mess around, looking for different things, and running my cousin Eric into the creek in his good shoes, and then going back in and having our meal with everybody, and then everybody going back outside and playing some more, coming back in, and my grandmother would make us hot chocolate, and everybody would stay for a long time. And one of the best parts about it was that I knew if school was out long enough, then I could go home with my aunt and uncle and hang out with my cousins a little bit longer for an extra week or so, and then come home. Things I'm thankful for: my family, my friends, and my life. And I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone in ParaX.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Paranormal View right here on the ParaX Radio Network. And no matter where you're listening from tonight, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And if you're spending it with us, we want to thank you for doing that. I'm sure that a lot of people's going to be spending this weekend and with their families. So if not, and you're here with us, we want to welcome you. Some of the things about the holidays and Thanksgiving. I know different places, which is what we'll talk about, like Thanksgiving on the West Coast is probably going to be different than Thanksgiving on the East Coast or even here in the Midwest. This time of year, the weather seems to be kind of gloomy, like it is right now, kind of today. And also at this time of year, you have a chance of having snow. So what do you think of the Thanksgiving holidays, Jeff? Different from New England and from the West Coast?
Well, oddly enough, I'm high enough up. I've been since the BFF meltdown. I've been living just north of Pasadena, and I'm in range of this very impressive little mountain. They're technically, I guess, they're foothills, but they're high enough up that in the winter we do, when we get precipitations, it does leave snow on these mountains. So a lot of times you'll be, looking out and it looks like you're next to Mount Rainier or something, and but so yeah, we get snow. It's just it doesn't come down this far. It gets really close, but there we used to spend actually the Christmas holiday, my circle of friends here, out in the Los Angeles Crest Mountains. We rent a cabin for the weekend and spend our Yule holiday there. And we've been out there and we've had some very good snow. I mean, New Jersey level snow. But I understand the East Coast has been already being hit by snow.
Yes, some places already has. As a matter of fact, Craig, have you seen snow? Or I know some areas around you has already had snow.
Yeah, actually, do you remember the live show, 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was in Gettysburg?
Right.
They basically shut down the town because it was a heavy, wet snow. I think they got about 5 or 6 inches.
Really?
So,
wow.
Yeah, I've seen all the snow I want to see. So I'm not going to, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a mess. The place I was at, they closed early. I went over to the International Museum of Spiritual Investigations. They were closed. Yeah, there was trees down, power outages.
Wow.
Well, now you live.
So you didn't go into the river that time, I guess.
No.
No. A
little bit too cold to go swimming there.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, now you live Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Is that toward the eastern part of it, or?
It's darn near right in the middle of the state.
Okay.
Which is good. It's basically if you want to go anywhere, it's 3 hours. Just that's a rule of thumb here.
Rule of thumb, huh?
And
What?
Uh-oh.
Did we lose?
I hope we didn't.
Down?
I don't know. Let me look and see here. Are you still there, Craig?
I'm Greg.
Craig's not saying anything.
Sounded like you got sucked out into the space-time vortex or something.
I can hear you.
There you are.
I can hear you.
I'm glad you're back.
Stepped into a temporal pothole there or something.
He got lost in all that snow.
Am I on a delay again?
No, you suddenly your audio just dropped off as though you fell out of the room, which sometimes Skype likes to do to us during the show.
Are you on your phone Skype?
No, I'm doing the regular setup.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're back now then.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Were you guys in Marlo's show about 2 Thursdays ago? She was having some major problems.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I hope we don't have that through our show a whole lot tonight. So, anyway, in the area that you're in, is there mountains all around you?
Oh yeah, we're right in central PA, and it actually snowed the last 2 Thanksgivings.
Really? Well,
yes.
You know, some of the things that I remember as having Thanksgiving and stuff. Of course, Mom would have the big meal with the turkey and everything else that you could think of to eat, and it seemed like at one time or another, everybody from our family would drop by, and she'd still be feeding them. So every time they would drop by to eat, we'd go in and eat some more. But I can remember, just like on Thursdays now, they'd be playing football in the afternoon and things like that. And us kids, we would go outside, even if it was cold and snowy. We'd be bundled up and we'd go outside and we would play football or who knows what, but most of the time we'd be outside playing until time to eat, and that's when we would go in and be with the family. So we could be out sledding, or if it was snow out there, or building snow forts. We'd be doing lots of different things like that.
And the problem now is, and I'm guilty of it, guilty as charged, video games. You can play football in the comfort of your own living room.
Well, that's true. That's true. And, I think that has ruined a lot of kids in America. Kids don't get outside and use their imagination to play games anymore, to do things, to run and just spend time outside in the fresh air. It's you get home from school, you go in, turn the computer on or your game console, and now they can even get online to play the games. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember I was at my grandparents' house one day, and they got one of the first cordless phones, and it looked like something from Star Trek. You flip it down, and I remember walking off the porch. Of course, as soon as I got to my car, I didn't get any reception, but I thought, how cool would it be driving around town talking on this phone? That was back in 1983, 84. I mean, look how far we've come.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And, that's about when all that technology stuff started kicking in real big, especially in the early 90s is when it really started hitting big. And since then, I mean, kids just, most of the time they aren't kids anymore. And they holler about obesity and everything. It's not because of the holiday meals we eat. I think it's because of...
they don't go outside.
They don't go outside and run nothing off. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I remember still seeing back in like the early 70s or something, Ray Bradbury on a documentary talking about the future of communications and that how we would all end up with the equivalent of, back in that time, Dick Tracy wrist phones. And that we would have phones that we could carry around, and that was major science fiction back then. That was still Star Trek communicator kind of stuff.
Oh, look at the automobiles, some of them now. I mean, when they talked about it back then, the aerodynamic and looking like a spacecraft, and I've seen some unusual cars, and
some of them now you hit a button and it backs up and parks it for you.
Right.
Oh yeah, those impress me. And you've got the cars that have the you don't need to look in the rearview mirror. You've got a little monitor with a camera.
With
the
a
back
camera.
Of your car.
Yeah. Oh, nothing
so
behind you.
You can see the homeless people you're running over.
Oh yeah.
There's the left. There we go.
No, I ain't kidding you. I mean, times have really changed. And well, speaking of the holidays, do you guys paranormal investigating during the holidays? Does many people do that now, or they just take time off to be with families and stuff? I mean, is it a good time to go out and actually look for something?
If I had a place to look, or a place that didn't charge an arm and a leg or something.
Sometimes there's families out there that will give me a call if they're really missing a loved one that has recently passed, and maybe I'll sit down with them and do an EVP session, and hopefully that we get a message. But I consider this the slow time,
which
so to speak.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty good also, because now it gives you time to kind of unwind and just be with the family, and where you have time to regroup. Mm-hmm.
Well, also, even here, when it does get cold, and I mean down into the 40s and 30s, it's a different kind of cold than back east, because back east it's kind of a humid. You know how and I still remember doing this, going out and shoveling snow in a t-shirt, because you work up, a sweat when you're shoveling snow. Out here, when it's cold, it's just dry cold, and it almost like cracks your lungs breathing when it does get cold. But yeah, I actually miss the snow sometimes. But yeah, out here, there's not a lot of people setting up, going out and doing like public ghost investigations, and I'm not part of a group, so it's not like I can go over to Linda Vista and they want like $100 or more to investigate when I haven't turned up anything personally myself.
Right.
In fact, do you remember back in May we had the LA Paranormal with Andrew Thompson and all that?
Right.
Mm-hmm. I was with them. We went through Linda Vista, and they now have a YouTube video on their site of our investigation. And my experience was we were walking around and seeing cool stuff. We should have gone over across the way, where apparently a lot more activity. Victoria was getting a lot more activity than we were getting. But on the video, I didn't even realize this had happened. They caught some good EVPs during our investigation.
Wow.
So that's on the video. I'll be putting the link on the report page for this tonight's show. And in fact, I'll probably embed the YouTube video and everything. Because because I'm in the video, Ray. But yeah, one things I guess she didn't. Stacy may not have had the camera on at one point, but we heard this weird scratching, and it was behind this little metal door, and it was like a little metal door you'd almost see on a Franklin stove. It was in the wall, and they were concerned, like, oh, it might be a rat. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's no big deal, because I've dealt with animals all my life, and if it's a rat, it's going to run away more than anything else. And I opened this door, and there was nothing there. It was like a laundry chute, but whatever was in there wasn't there now. And if it was a raccoon or a rat, where did it go? Because there was no sign of any activity of anything have fallen. We would have heard it going down. It didn't climb up. And the walls were too wide for even a raccoon to do, the Grinch up the chimney routine.
Right.
And I turned my light straight up the pipe and straight down the pipe, and it was a smooth metal. So, yeah, there was nothing even for a rat to grab onto. So we don't know what we heard scratching, but it was really loud. And it really did sound like, something big, like a raccoon saying, "Is this the way out?" But there was nothing in there when I looked. And I would just yank that door right open and stuck my head right in.
Wow.
Well, as soon as you guys walked away, there was a little kid in there. Did you guys see the remake of The Haunting in Connecticut? That's why I'm referring that.
A Haunting in Connecticut.
I did see that. I thought it
The
was
remake.
rather
Yeah, the remake. I asked John Zaffis. I said, now which of the two? Because he was fully involved in that, and he told me the made for TV was
Made
almost
for TV.
everything happened, but the new movie was no.
Right.
The movie was hilarious. The movie was just ludicrously funny.
It was far fetched.
Oh yeah, especially with all the bodies falling out of the wall. I'm thinking, I think I would have heard about this. I think this would have come into a newspaper at some point. I don't remember. I didn't realize it was a TV movie first. Now I'm gonna have to find that, I guess.
There's actually they make a DVD now. There's a Haunting Connecticut and a Haunting in Georgia. They're both on the same one.
I wonder if that's. Because I came across a special on TV, like A Haunting in Georgia, and it really drives me crazy because it's not listed on the IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, which drives me crazy because one of the actors playing one of the people was super cute. And I really wanted to know who she was. I'm like, why do you not have this in here? But I found the DVD eventually, like for $5 in this grocery store. I'm like, oh, that's the thing I was looking for. But now I'm going to have to try and find whether or not Netflix has the TV movie now. Let's see. But there were aspects of the movie version that I thought were okay because it was trying for the creepiness value, and I like when they try and do that without being too silly. Even though they usually end up being silly.
Yeah, it just fell apart at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I call going Hollywood at the last second. Okay, so that's the... Oh, okay, here's... In this unnerving in 2002, was that it? In this unnerving docudrama, not to be confused with the 2009 thriller, the Parker family is elated to move into their dream house only to discover artifacts suggesting the home was once a funeral parlor. After finding coffin keys and a big freezer in the cellar, the children see an apparition. The Parkers seek the expert help of the Warrens. Yay. A couple who investigated the famed Amityville case. Yeah, well. Okay, I'll put that in my...
Notes? Put it in your notes.
Yeah, I'm putting that in my Netflix queue right now. So I shall be checking that out in a couple of weeks.
Well, I think it's about time for us to have a few more little things for someone to might be wanting to say something. So I think we'll take us another break now. And we're going to take quite a few breaks tonight during the show. So Jeff, I think you should take us out.
Yes, well, everybody, if all of your L-tryptophan is worn off, you're listening to the Paranormal View over at para-x.com, so come on back after this musical interlude.
Happy Thanksgiving to the crew of the Paranormal View, and I just want to say thank you to Henry and to Craig and to Jeff for doing such a terrific show, and also remembering Thanksgiving. It gives an opportunity for all of us to look back and give thanks for all the wonderful blessings that all of us have received during the year. And for those who have gone through some tough spots, always the bright hope of the future. Some of the greatest memories that I have are of Thanksgiving. Think back during my childhood and early years when I used to live in a little small home. Used to have family come over, and we had the traditional Thanksgiving meal. We had the kids would sit at the small table, and the adults at the large table. We would be scattered all through the house with turkey and dressing and all those wonderful desserts that were around, and we'd make it an all-day event. We would watch what little bit of television we could pick up in Manchester, Kentucky, and we would sit around and eat and sleep and eat again. And always had fond memories of the fact that we would get portions of Mom's dressing, and she used to make it where we could eat it cold out of the refrigerator. It was so good. And it was just a very simple time, a happy time. Back then, Thanksgiving meant that the entire town shut down. There were no stores that opened on Thursdays or even the following Friday at times. And it was just a time we would share family. We would go out into the woods early in the morning with my father and brothers, and we'd go squirrel hunting and all this kind of stuff. Just a time of spending happy moments with family. It was a time there were no Black Fridays, and there was no internet, and there was just a time when you spent quality moments with each other and just enjoyed it. But the new memories are here as well, too, is getting an opportunity to spend Thanksgiving with the extended family at the Para-X Radio Network is always a special thing. To get holiday wishes from folks all over the world with Para-X Radio, to talk to the show hosts who are friends of mine through all the things that we've gone through in putting together this network and the shows, and then all the great guests who email me and send Thanksgiving greetings from all over the United States and all over the world. It's a very special thing. So there's lots of blessings to go around to everyone this Thanksgiving season. And I hope that you're spending it well, and that you're safe, and that you're around family, that you're enjoying all the bounty that we have been given, and looking forward to great things ahead. So we appreciate all of you, all the listeners, all the show hosts, all the guests that are out there, all those who work behind the scenes to make Para-X Radio Network the finest that there is. I just want to give my complete thanks to you during this time of Thanksgiving. And we want you to enjoy Para-X Radio Network. We want you to enjoy all the folks who put in such hard work to make sure that you have something that you can come home to and listen to, enjoy, learn from. Those are the things I'm thankful for. So from the Para-X Radio Network, we hope that you have a terrific and bountiful and blessed Thanksgiving holiday.
Hi, my name is Kathy Salento. I'm one of the hosts of Mind Abilities. I'm talking today to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. One of my fondest memories of Thanksgiving is when I was a child. My mother was expecting and went into the hospital to have the baby. She went in the day before Thanksgiving. Now, I had a younger brother and an uncle who was a year older than me. Crazy families. But anyway, they decided on Thanksgiving Day they were going to steal a cigar from my grandfather and go down the basement and smoke it. So my father wasn't home. My grandfather was watching us. And both of them got sick as dogs, one worse than the other. They couldn't make it to the bathroom fast enough. And my grandfather caught them anyway. And my younger brother turned around to my grandfather and said, "Oh, Grandpa, please don't tell Daddy. I'll be in so much trouble." He says, "You'll be in trouble." He says, "I think you have enough trouble now. I think you learned your lesson." So he was, cool about it, but it was funny. And that memory just stuck with me throughout the years. So I'm always thankful to have family and friends around, because those are the things that it's the memories that you keep with you. You think about them, you get to laugh, makes you happy. So and those are the things I like about Thanksgiving, the family memories, and everyone joining at the table. So once again, I'd like to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the upcoming holidays and live life and love.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Paranormal View right here on the ParaX Radio Network. Want to thank everybody for listening tonight and hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving holiday weekend. So,
well, you know, Thanksgiving is just a gateway drug to the other holidays, right?
oh, sure. It's kind of like opening the door, just a teaser, you might say.
Exactly.
Get ready, here we come.
Well, you had indicated. Oh man, I'm trying to remember now if it was like before we went to break or during the break. You had indicated the idea that ghosts coming essentially to spend the holidays. It occurs to me, since Samhain and Halloween is when the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest, I don't think it just locks back up like a bank vault. It's possible that it's still, as it's getting thicker again, the way the ozone layer does, and politicians say, oh, there's a hole in the ozone layer. Well, that happens. It spreads apart and then it closes back up again. Whereas probably the veil between here and there is still thin enough for them to come through because, hey, we're right by the holidays anyway, so.
Wow. That's a good way to look at it. I'm not necessarily so sure that it locks back up anytime. I think
it never locks up completely, but I'm just saying it's the easier time
right
to come through.
But just like Craig was saying, I think that they're here all the time. There are just certain times when it's easier for them to make it noticed, I guess you might say.
Exactly.
Especially, if there's... Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
I was just going to say, now in my head, the best analogy would be the coming in of a tide.
Right.
At Samhain, the tide is out, and then the tide slowly comes back in, and there you go.
And you figure, around the holidays, there's so much positive energy, just energy anyway. There's a lot of stressed people, but the energy is just so high around the holidays.
Oh, you mean that the emotions of the holidays might attract them? That's a very good theory.
Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about, because it is the holiday season, I should say, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and so on. Let's talk about, because I know at this time of the year, we start with the movies. And they'll start playing them. Sometimes they play them, I think, a little too much, certain ones. But and I guess there's not as many Thanksgiving holiday movies, you might say, as there is Christmas. But it's around Thanksgiving when they start playing them. So,
of course, you always got the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. It's been around for
that's
ever.
one, yes. You have the Charlie Brown.
And now ABC Family usually takes these kind of holidays to air and re-air every single Harry Potter film in order.
Oh, yeah?
But what's annoying, semi-annoying about that is apparently ABC Family has an extended version of the films, which are not available on DVD. I'm like, why don't they have the extended cut on DVDs?
Yeah, because you would think they'd get everything on the DVD.
You would think.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I saw the first film, there was a scene between Snape and Harry, and I know the books right and left, so I know when they're staying to the book and when they're off. And there is an aspect of this conversation that's omitted. Well, I was at a wrap party for a student film I was working on, and the film happened to be on ABC Family, and that scene came up, and all of a sudden the dialogue from the book that wasn't in the theatrical cut was there. And I'm like, that was an important part. That was an important reference, because in not Deathly Hallows, Half-Blood Prince, Harry knew what to do to counteract Ron being poisoned by getting a Bezoar. And that's the aspect of the dialogue from the first film that was left out, but it's in the book, which is how Harry remembered that Snape had talked about a Bezoar being something that would counteract poison. I'm just saying.
No, you're just saying. So now everybody has to go out and buy the book so they know actually what's happening in the movies.
Well, we joke that the books are the spoilers for the films, but the movies of Harry Potter, they're visually dazzling, but story-wise they leave out a lot. I always liken the films as watching a Sherlock Holmes movie based on actual Arthur Conan Doyle stories, as opposed to like the Robert Downey Jr., which are okay, but they're not officially Sherlock Holmes films. But picture seeing an Agatha Christie or Sherlock Holmes film where they leave all the clues out. That's what the Harry Potter films is. They leave out all the storyline clues, and because the books are this big mystery as to his origins and how this came about and that came about, and all these backstories and side stories that are all omitted, obviously, for time. But they should have started making two-parters or trilogies from Goblet of Fire.
Right.
Yeah, the book Goblet of Fire literally stops in the middle. Everything wraps up in a bow, and you might as well turn the page and say part 2 in the book, the way you would in a lot of novels.
Well, that's pretty interesting. But I haven't read the books, so I just watched the movies.
Ours.
I know. But, the holiday movies that, like Home Alone, that was a big Christmas holiday movie.
Yeah, I just posted that on my Facebook the other night. I mean, every time I'm flipping through channels, I'm at automatic stop. I don't know what it is about that movie, or Home Alone 2. Third one wasn't that great. It's like automatic, all right, I guess I'm watching this now.
Right. But then
I always like to start out either Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving, Chevy Chase Christmas Vacation.
Uh-huh.
That's probably my all-time favorite. I love Elf.
Elf?
Will Ferrell, so just goofy.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever read the reviews on that film?
No, I didn't.
The one thing they kept saying was, for God's sake, ignore the trailer. Because the trailer was awful. I saw the trailer in the theater. I'm like, why would I ever want to see this film? I mean, it looked absolutely ridiculous, ludicrous, and I have no interest in ever seeing this film. And the reviews were like, for God's sake, yes, we know the trailer's awful. The movie is really, really good. And a friend of mine actually had it on DVD. I'm like, give it a try. It's hilarious. And usually I usually take Will Ferrell in short bursts.
Short
It
bursts.
really depends on the project as to whether or not I actually see it. But it was really well done. I was very impressed with it. Elf.
Well, now you've also got the probably one of the more well-known ones that everybody has to see, and it's You'll Shoot Your Eye Out, Kid.
The marathon.
Yeah, Christmas Story.
Ironically, the thing is I'm a big fan of Gene Shepard. Back east, he had a radio show, and I saw him live. He's a great storyteller. He's really good. And for a time, PBS came out with 3 films based on his works that were done so well that when Christmas Story came out, it was so Hollywood-esque that I really don't like it, because I'm used to seeing the style of these PBS movies that fit the flavor of the story so well and realistically. It was like almost watching a mockumentary. That when I saw the Christmas Story, I'm like, it's not like they read the story, and the acting was kind of plastic, in my opinion. I mean, I know everybody loves Christmas Story.
Right.
I'm one of the few people who look at it like I do the Harry Potter books to the movie as kind of an aspect.
Well, now,
I really wanted to like it too.
Well, the house in Cleveland where they filmed that, is now kind of like a museum type thing. So
Does
people
it have the leg lamp in the window?
they still have the leg lamp, yeah.
Oh no!
Oh
That's
yeah,
cool. That's
and
awesome.
you can go there to Cleveland and go there and see it. Matter of fact, you can get online and look it up.
Well, if you can ever come across, and I know, I don't know if it's officially on DVD, but you can kind of find it. It's called Phantom of the Open Hearth, and it has a lot of the aspects of the story that were used in Christmas Story, including the leg lamp and such.
Really?
But it's a much drier comedy. It's much more realistic, like I say, than Christmas Stories was. I felt Christmas Story was too bonk on the head. See, we're being funny. Get it?
One of my favorite ones that I watch pretty much every year, and they don't hardly ever show it on TV. It was made by Walt Disney, and it's called One Magic Christmas. You can get on eBay and buy a copy of it, but I don't think you can get it anywhere else. It was a really good, I think, well done, in my opinion. I mean, some of the actors probably wasn't.
I was going to ask,
good.
who's in that?
Who's the one that is married to Ted Danson?
Mary Steenburgen or something?
Yeah, Mary Steenburgen.
Okay.
She was in it. Yeah, she was in it. Yeah, and it was really good because it starts out about this angel Gideon, and God wants Gideon to go to this little town because this woman has lost the Christmas spirit, and it's his duty this year to get her to get the Christmas spirit back. And it goes on to where she ends up kind of losing everything, including her husband and everything, to get the Christmas spirit back. And she really didn't lose her husband, but that's because it's a magic in it, and it's from, I guess you might say, Santa Claus, and believing in Christmas, which causes it all to come together. It's a real good movie. I really did like it. So if you ever get a chance to see it, sometimes they do show it on TV, but it's a long time in between. But you can do that.
Out.
Yeah, you can buy it though on eBay. I'm sure they've got copies that you can get. One Magic Christmas.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Oh, there's a newer one out. I think it came out last year or the year before. It's about Thomas Kincaid, the painter, his life. It's about Christmas. I can't tell you what it is right off the bat, but that's a really good story. It's called The Christmas House or something like that.
Well, you know, other than movies, you've always got the cartoon ones. You know,
Yes.
Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph. I like the one with Burl Ives.
Well, that's Rudolph.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He is
My
real good.
favorite one is "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" with the mouse that screws up the clock tower.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar. I don't think I watched that a lot.
If I had to pick a cartoon, that would be it.
Well, the classic specials are in a have been recently repackaged in a single bundle.
Really?
I'll put the link on the report page.
Oh, okay. That
Okay.
sounds great.
I have a question for you two: The Grinch, the cartoon, or the movie with Jim Carrey?
Definitely the cartoon.
Cartoon. Okay.
Yeah, I like the movie was okay, but I know the TV special by heart. I can recite the Boris Karloff text verbatim. So I grew up with that.
Well, I will make a little statement here. I've never seen either.
Oh,
Henry.
Never have. I like the song Grinch, but
okay. which is actually sung by the actor who was the voice of Tony the Tiger.
Oh, really?
And ironically, when the show came out and he saw it for the first time, he called up Chuck Jones, who directed it, and said, why am I not credited?
Why am I not credited?
And Chuck completely, he's like, oh my God, he completely forgot to credit him as the singer of that song.
Oh. Well, fellas, I think it's running right on down toward close toward the end of the show. I want to go ahead and take another quick break, and we'll come back and do one more little segment before we wrap up tonight. So let's, Jeff, why don't you take us out this time?
Sure. Well, if you're out of your Thanksgiving dinner coma and you've made it this far tonight, you're listening to the Paranormal View over at power-x.com. So we'll be right back after this lengthy break.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Paranormal View right here on the Para-X Radio Network. Excuse me. It has been a great holiday weekend, you might say. We're just having a wonderful time here tonight, so it's a good place to be, especially if it's cold or snowy or rainy or wherever you're at. Prop your feet up, sit by the fire, and join us tonight.
That is one thing. That is one thing, by the way, about Thanksgiving I like is my friends have a working fireplace.
Oh, really?
That's always nice.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Throw them logs on the fire and sit back and have a good time. I think what we'll talk a little bit about tonight is, since the beginning of the year, Craig and Jeffrey started as co-hosts. And we've been on now for close to just about a year, like another month. And I just thought we'd talk a little bit about you guys being on as co-hosts. What have you guys thought about being on here as co-hosts?
I enjoy it. Met some great people.
Yeah.
Talked to some very interesting people. Learn some new things.
Mm-hmm. Had some good discussions and such like that. New theories on different aspects of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've enjoyed it. I think you guys have done absolutely a great job. You've helped out a lot scheduling different people, getting guests. I know there's been times when we've had broadcast issues, Skype,
Skype, yeah,
and whatever. Yeah, there's been some times, but basically, I think we've had a pretty good year, a run of things.
I think I've been shot down more than I've actually gotten on, but. And to those out there that may be listening, you could at least send a message back saying you got my email or what Facebook message, whatever. Thanks.
Now, I know with the shows that we've had throughout this year, what's some of the different guests that we've had on that you thought was some of the good shows that we've had?
Well, I certainly like Roberta Grimes. The fun of dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was a different show.
The only drawback, of course, the idea. Suddenly she was saying there's no sex and no TV. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
What's the fun about that, huh?
Exactly. How am I going to keep up with Doctor Who if I,
and probably no food either. So Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, the big meals, I guess you don't get none of that.
Yeah, I guess. But with that, I guess with food, I'm thinking that's more of a. I mean, I'm a kind of guy. I've always been just enough cash poor that I'll go most of a day without eating. So to me, it would be no big deal. I'd be like, oh, just haven't eaten today.
I can't seem to do that.
I got to thank you guys. You know, I've been working with Sandy Peters from Soul Chat every now and then, and if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have gotten to meet her. So I thank you for that. Did you get her, Henry, or Jeff?
I'm sure
Get
that
her what?
I got her because she was on. She got her own show on Parax here, and she had a book, and that was the way that we got her on.
And she is awesome. She is amazing to work with. Absolutely amazing.
I enjoyed watching her interview people at Scarefest because she had the video streamlined on Ustream, and so you were able to either watch it live or play it back later. So, yeah.
You know, it was Scarefest was a great place. I had a good time down there with Dave and Scott and her. We had a great time down there.
I also like doing the Red Mill. I like the live places, and I'm going to try to do a lot more of them next year. I just like, interviewing the people that's actually there, and that's a lot of fun.
Well, just
And
keep John
hopefully
Sobel. Keep John Sobel from drowning you, and we'll be fine.
I was going to say, hopefully we'll get to do some stuff with John Sable live, and that's always a good time.
And I am pretty sure that sometime within the next year, I would say, if not sooner, but I'm sure it probably won't be until next year, is we'll get to do some places together.
That would be great.
Yeah, and if we can just get Jeff to hit the lottery or something so he can travel, he can come do things with us. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah, you
and
guys.
If I ever come out there for like the possibility, like I say, if everything goes well and our Ogden, Utah friends get me out there and I'm actually paid, let alone paid well, I might come out there to the east for my mom's Memorial Day weekend birthday.
Oh, well, that's good.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be great, Jeff.
Yeah.
If that's the case, maybe I can convince them for a road trip. Now, they have no problem going out to like Sesame Place and Legoland and Hershey, Pennsylvania. So how far are those from like Gettysburg and Antietam?
Not far at all. You're talking an hour.
Okay.
And there's also Fort Mifflin, Jeff.
Oh, good point. I've never been to Fort Mifflin.
I know, Henry, you've been there. Maybe we could do something
Fort
live
Mifflin,
from
yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was at Fort Mifflin.
Yeah.
There's also Burlington Prison in Mount Holly, New Jersey. That place was a good time. I've been waiting to get back in there.
Last time I was in Mount Holly was attending a Wizard of Oz convention back in the 70s.
Wow. It'd still be a good thing, though, if we could get out to California. There's a lot of things out there I'd like to do, too.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I go out there, I'm going to have to bring my son because he's always wanted to see California. So.
Well, next year, who knows what it may bring.
That's true.
There might be a thing where Parax gets to go, and we all just might take a road trip. So that would be a great thing.
That would be.
Well, since I guess our time is kind of running on by, and we've had a great Thanksgiving show. Lots of great people's come in and talked with us, and we've had some great little things. I really have enjoyed tonight.
Yeah,
tonight was a great time. And I hope everybody out there enjoyed our reminiscing.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that they did. With that said, I think we'll take us another little quick break. And when we come back, we'll be thanking everybody and telling you who's on next week, and wish you a good, happy Thanksgiving. So I think I'll get to do it this time. We're going to jump off now real quick, like and be back soon. So you're listening to the Paranormal View right here on the ParaX Radio Network. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Paranormal View, and we're right down to almost time to say goodnight, but we wanted to take a few minutes to actually thank everybody for being with us tonight, and we hope that everybody has had a great and happy Thanksgiving holiday. And
yes, thank you to all the loyal people in the chat room that are with us every Saturday night. We wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And to Karen, Karin, in the chat room, I ate so much, I need a Jazzy.
And also for those who are listening from around the world, who listens but doesn't actually come into the chat room, we want to especially thank each and every one of you for taking the time to listen to us tonight.
Yes, it's much appreciated.
Yes, it is. And all those who have stopped by to talk about their wonderful memories of Thanksgiving, and wishing everybody here also a very happy Thanksgiving. So with that, I'm going to, I guess Jeffrey's got who our guest is for next week.
Exactly, and let me hope also put forth my hopes that everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday and lots of food and lots of family and friends and eggnog. Talking of seasonal, I miss eggnog sometimes in the middle of the year. I'm like, I need eggnog. But yes, our guest next week is Elizabeth Egan Cox. She's written Ghost Hunter's Guide to Free Internet Sources, as well as the Shannon Delaney Paranormal Mystery Series. So she'll be our guest next week at the beginning of December. God, December, didn't we have an entire year to go through? Where did that all go?
It went by pretty fast, didn't it, when you're having fun? Yeah, it just zips right on.
Zip right by.
Zip. And Henry got a new catchphrase.
Exactly. Yeah. At least I think I've got all my holiday shopping. You guys still have holiday shopping to do?
I haven't even started.
Oh.
Yeah.
Me either. I'll be at the mall Christmas Eve with my kids like
Christmas
I was
Eve?
last year, because they won't give me a list. So I drug them out at 4 a.m.
Really? On Christmas Eve?
This is where I start hounding the few people that I have, holes in my list, because most people, I'll be, especially like local friends, I'll come across a DVD title saying, oh, okay, that's for so-and-so, this is for so-and-so, and there you go. And I actually am thinking for, what date is that? What is the date of the first January show we're doing? Just January
I don't know.
7th, actually.
Is it 7th?
So,
okay.
Yeah. Because the 30th, New Year's Eve is on Saturday. Boy, we'll have lots of people in the chat room then, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah, New Year's Eve. Come and join us then.
Right,
yes, sir.
8 to 10.
We might even have a toast. Everybody bring a bottle, and we'll sit here, and every time somebody says Happy New Year, everybody has to take a drink.
Oh,
they're not going to understand us by the end of the show.
Either that or it'll just be Skype.
What do you say?
Doing it, so.
Yeah, we'll blame it on Skype.
For us, so I'm thinking January 7th, what I might want to do is, I actually have a couple of Paranormal View T-shirts that I can give away.
Oh.
And I just got to figure out how to do this. I mean, I don't want to just, do it random or something. We're going to have to think of something like a series of trivia questions or something like that. And the person with the most right answers gets that and a DVD of Strictly Background, the feature documentary I'm in, which I can sign if they want. And then the second person can get just the shirt.
All right. Well. There you go. So we'll be thinking on different ways to throw that out there so people can have a chance to win something for the new year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just want to throw out, before we go real quick, if you're traveling, have safe travels, everybody.
Yes. The holidays is a time to be happy and joyous and have a great time. We don't need to have other things happen. So be careful and stay safe. With that said, we are going to say goodnight to everybody and be back with us next week at the same time and the same place. So this is Henry Foister.
Craig Rupp.
Jeffrey Gould.
And this is good night to everybody here. Yeah, in just a second. Hold on. I'm working on it here. Don't leave me yet.
Yeah.
I forgot something. All right. Here we go. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
We're leaving. Paranormal View. Come back and visit us again if you dare. You've been listening to the Paranormal View on the Para X Radio Network. The Paranormal View.